It's cloudy with a little bit of sunshine peeking through. 52 degrees now in downtown St. Louis. I'm Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
Sponsored by Telly Tire and Auto Centers. Take it to Telly.
One little light can stall out your entire day, the check engine light. So I reached out to my go-to problem solver. Dad, what do? He didn't miss a beat. Take it to Telly, he said. So I did. But they didn't just fix my car. They fixed my day. Take it to Telly.
This is the Gashouse Gang on 104.1 FM KMOX. Sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin comfort dealer. Now, the Gashouse Gang on KMOX.
Welcome to the show, the Wednesday edition with Chris Ranji. I'm Tom Ackerman. It's great to be along with you. We are here until 1 o'clock and here every single day. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. It's great to be with you. We do this every day at noon, and we talk sports, not just baseball, but sports. But it originated as a hot stove show. The stove is, warm.
I mean, if you touched it, you'd be fine.
Yeah. I think Brendan Donovan is, at this point, it's assumed he is going to be dealt, but we have not gotten any word as to what that trade could look like. Of course, Katie Wu had that Giants-Mariners heat coming from the West Coast. We could see that absolutely being something that could come to fruition, but who knows? Somebody could swoop in there and take him. But the Cardinals are going to be wheeling and dealing here. We also have your guy on the show today, Illinois State football coach Brock Spack.
Buddy, let me tell you something about these Redbirds.
Yeah.
They have taken down North Dakota State University. Are you familiar with North Dakota State?
I've done a game at North Dakota State, as a matter of fact, in the Fargo Dome when they were ranked first in the FCS. That was a while ago.
Let me tell you, they are always ranked like first. This is a team that wins the national championship basically every year. They were the Alabama on steroids, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what they were. And these Redbirds went into Fargo 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they took down North Dakota State.
Took them down.
They are now in the semis. Now in the semifinals. So, big game Saturday. In fact, both of my football teams playing at the same time. I don't know what to do.
Oh, they really kick off at the same time?
So the Bears start at 7:20, I believe.
On
Illinois
Saturday
State gets
night.
going at, yes, I think ISU gets going at 6:30 or 7. But we'll get to the bottom of that.
Fantastic.
And anyway, they're going to be playing at about the same time.
So we're going to talk about that. We're going to have Brock Spack, the coach. I did one of their games once upon a time in Normal, Illinois, with Brock Spack as the coach. Yeah. I just like saying Brock Spack.
Brock Spack's a great name.
There'll be a lot of people in that town trying to watch both games at the same time. It's a Bears town, Normal, Illinois.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
A lot of Bears fans there. It's split between Cardinals and Cubs fans and a few White Sox fans sprinkled in. But the radio station I used to work at when I was there, WJBC Bloomington, we were a Cardinals affiliate, and the Cardinals were always on unless there was an ISU basketball game on or NASCAR on Sundays. We got Redbirds.
Give me a little sign off of that station. Give me a little.
I forgot what it was. This is the news that's WJBC 1230, something like that. Yeah,
no, it's WJBC.
WJBC. Yeah, they would preempt Cardinals baseball for NASCAR.
Oh, they love that NASCAR.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, but on the radio?
Not over Cardinals.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, Cardinals are the king around here. But NASCAR's right there. NASCAR's growing around here for sure. I did Illinois State football. I did a North Dakota State football game. I have Illinois State tomorrow, big boy. I got Illinois
basketball
State at Southern Illinois tomorrow.
You going to Carbondale?
I am going to Carbondale. I'm calling that game with the great Kevin Lehman. I can't wait to do the game. That's a big-time Valley opener, baby.
It is.
That's big time. Those two teams will be competing for the title at Arch Madness to get into the NCAA tournament. Also, an Illinois State story that stays with me, I tell this one all the time, was this past spring, I did the MVC Baseball Championship. Scott Warman and I split the play-by-play during that tournament. And for my game, a storm was coming in, so they said, we're going to be delayed for a few hours. Like, we got to push this thing back. So I went out to the parking lot, and I was heading to my car, and this guy said, Tom Ackerman. And I said, yes, sir. And he was dressed, he looked dapper. He had his Illinois State polo tucked into some khakis, probably about 60 years old or so. He said, I'm a big Cardinals fan. I said, oh, fantastic, because I enjoy your work down there. And I said, hey, you going to come down and see us for a game? He goes, I usually come down for a Cubs series or two. I like to come down and see the Cardinals, but I'm not going to do it until Mozeliak is gone.
That's right.
I'm like, what?
I feel like you told me this.
What? Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, so I thought, wow, he is one of those people protesting, like legitimately protesting. But he specifically said until John Mozeliak is gone. Well, now that John Mozeliak is out of the picture, I wonder if he's coming down. I wonder about that guy. I never got his name, but he knew ball too. I mean, he broke the Cardinals down. He knew the game inside and out. And I thought, man, here's a passionate St. Louis Cardinals baseball fan that will not make the trip to Busch Stadium until they start to make some changes. And Chris, it got me thinking, how many are out there? There are so many. I mean, I talked to another one yesterday. He'll go to the games, but he said, I told him, I said, Cardinals fans, I know they're all out there because, and he interrupted me. He goes, it's what we do. We talk about the team. We know the team. We grew up with the team. We know Cardinal baseball, past, present, and future. We will talk about it during Christmas. Some of us won't go. I will, but he said some of us won't go. But when things start to turn, it will all come back. He reassured me. It'll come back, but we're accustomed to winning baseball games and winning around here, and this is new for everybody. And so there is going to be that change. Now, longtime baseball fans will tell you this is akin to the 70s when the team started to slip and fans did not show up. I know growing up in the 80s, it was not like that, is all I knew. When I went to college between 93 and 97, things fell back under Joe Torre. It wasn't his fault. It was the brewery owned the team, and things started to slip a little bit. Those are the only times that I can remember in recent baseball history where this happened.
Well, let me give you some perspective as to what it's like in other markets, because we are so accustomed here to having a good team to watch. And yeah, this is a last few years development that there's been a feeling about the team, even when they're competitive, that there's something missing. That didn't really exist until the last 5 or so years, I'd say. Or we didn't have empty seats the way we've had them the last couple of years. That's a pretty new development. But the way it is in other markets, some other markets, not all, but there are markets like the one I used to work in when I worked with the White Sox. Even if they were good, like 2 months of the season, first place, it was difficult to get people to come to the ballpark. The difference between that, a market that is very much, hey, you better prove it to me, and you better prove to me for a while that you're real and this isn't just a good month of baseball you're playing. We want to know that you're a seriously good team before we'll come out and support you. And I have no problem with that. That's fine. If that's the way you want to be, if you are going to be that demanding of your organization, great. I have no problem with that. On the other hand, Cardinals fans, if you show them for a little bit of time that they're even moving in the right direction, I think people will be back out. It will not be a difficult chore to get people to come out to the ballpark if the Cardinals start to win again. Now, here's the thing. I am a little concerned if they do end up having an extended lockout, which I'm starting to think that's not going to happen. But if they do have an extended lockout in 2027, maybe you'll have some people who are just kind of turned off by it altogether and will take a little bit longer in coming back. But I do think even then, eventually, they will return.
Okay, yeah. I'm with you on that. Now, here's KT trying to tell me that bad baseball and super high prices. I don't know, bud. I mean, I'm going to the Blues game tonight. It's my daughter's birthday, so we're taking her. But those prices aren't cheap. Those beers aren't cheap. If I have a beer tonight, it's going to cost me about $12 or $13 minimum, right?
It's true, but
for a beer, then that's not a good hockey team. What's the difference there?
Well, I would say this. I'd say that it is.
I know the answer to this. I just want to hear you say it.
Okay, but it is. They were good recently, and they were supposed to be good this year, and there's a lag. They've been bad for the season started in October, so it's been a couple of months, 2.5 months of bad. Well, it takes some time, I think, for people finally check out. They will, if this goes on like this for another couple of seasons, and they look like this all the time, yeah, you're going to see a lot you might have tickets sold, but you'll start to see, like we saw with the Cardinals 5-6 years ago, tickets sold, but people not using the tickets. You might start to see that with the Blues if this goes on for very long.
Difference is, for me, it's season ticket renewals. The Blues renewed their season tickets.
And that's where the lag is.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The season ticket renewals, everyone renewed their season tickets. They're not missing the Blues. I mean, the Blues are a playoff contender, and now what are they going to do? Just not go? Of course they're going to go.
Also, it's not
they're
every day.
They're going to give them to people. Right, and it's not every day.
Yeah.
This Cardinals did not have the season ticket turnover like usual, and that's the empty seats low that you saw. And typically there's not a ton of walk-up at Cardinals games anyway. So when you lose that base, you lose some of it. My hope, of course, is the place is packed all the time. I love Cardinals games. Even if they're not a great team, I like being there and being part of the scene. But I'm not, trying to haul my kids and my family to St. Louis. I live 15 minutes from home plate. I mean, people are coming into town. So I understand. I get all of that. Anyway, my point is, this is a process that we are going through. It's a period of time. When I saw your Illinois State guy standing there looking like a prototypical Cardinals fan.
This was in normal.
In the parking lot of your ballpark there, right next to the Paul DeYoung practice facility.
That's right.
And he's standing there, and I'm like, you are like, I didn't say this to him, but I looked at him as he's talking. I'm thinking this. He is like A1 Cardinals fan. Mm-hmm. He's about 60, so he's seen a lot of great stuff. He's dressed the part. I'm sure he keeps score at the game. He knows everything about this team, but he has made the decision financially or just out of protest that he doesn't want to spend yet.
Sure, but and also that's a 2.5-hour drive for him.
It is. And a big portion of this fan base is far away.
Well outside the market.
Aaron making that point here. He's an hour and a half away. So it is. We keep all of this in mind. It is a regional draw. We get it. My hope is the Giant returns soon, but I think it's going to be a bit of a work in progress. And in the meantime, let's see if we can keep you entertained and get you down to the ballpark and have a good time with it. So there's a lot going on. All right. So I'm going to head over to Energizer Park immediately after this to see the new coach, Yohan Dameh. The new head coach of St. Louis City SC. He's 35 years old, but he's been coaching for 2 decades. How is that possible? Well, he was a coach when he was 16. He was coaching youth teams. Yeah. He's a Frenchman. He is a young coach, but he has gotten a lot of MLS experience. So look forward to hearing what he has to say. No official word yet on Dustin May, but again, we're anticipating that down the road here. And trades, a lot of stuff brewing right now in the Cardinals world, but nothing has come across as official just yet. No. We also have some very interesting comments I thought yesterday from Eli Drinkwitz about how college football is sick, he says. And he backs it up with a lot of material and kind of goes in depth about how players are getting, or teams are attempting to pick players off his roster. And he said there is no tampering. It doesn't exist. It's just crazy out there. So we'll hear his comments after we hear from Coach Spack. Right now, I want to tell you about Genesis of St. Charles. Now, there's no games or gimmicks here. There's no messing around. You just unlock the e-price at genesisofstcharles.com, genesisofstcharles.com, and what you are going to find is an outstanding website leading you right to Genesis of St. Charles dealership, which is at 5601 Veterans Memorial Parkway. This place is awesome. They have the fleet of new vehicles that you can test drive today. Today's a really nice day. Get over there, do a little test drive. Go in there, tell Shay, the GM, that I sent you over. He'll get you all set up. They will jump at the chance to visit with you and tell you how great Genesis vehicles are. Once you test drive one, you'll know why people are trading in Audi, BMW, and everything else. Plus, you get the 3 years of Genesis Service Valet, where they pick up your car and deliver you the car back, give you a loaner at no extra fee. I mean, it's just an incredible dealership. Really is high end, but at a great value. That's Genesis. genesisofstcharles.com.
Hey, Missouri, if you haven't heard by now, FanDuel Sportsbook is live here in the Show Me State, and they're kicking things off with an offer that is really tough to beat. So right now, new customers can bet $5 and then get $300 in bonus bets. Whether you win or lose that initial $5 bet, you get those $300 bonus bets either direction. And it doesn't matter what you're choosing, whether it's football, basketball, hockey, you can bet it all on an app that is safe, secure, and super easy to use. I've been on it since the app launched years ago. I just couldn't play in Missouri until now. Now I get to, and you can do. So download FanDuel today or head to FanDuel.com/Missouri to join in on the excitement, because Missouri, it's time to play your game with FanDuel. Remember, 21 and older and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit is required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
No one remembers the tie, the sweater, or the pair of socks they received last year for the holidays, but they will remember the year they learned how to play the piano. Hi, this is Kathy from Lacefield Music, and every year in January, Lacefield Music opens their exciting and innovative 8-week adult piano classes to the public for the incredible price of only $29.99 for all 8 weeks. This class is usually $100, but in January, the classes will be $29.99 for all 8 weeks. With Lacefield Music's adult piano classes, you will learn how to read music, play your favorite songs, and you will play with both your right and your left hand the very first week. This year, instead of buying your loved one more things, buy them an experience and fulfill the dream of learning to play the piano. Class sizes are limited and are filling fast, so call 636-778-2070 for more information, or go to lacefieldmusic.com. That's lacefieldmusic.com to sign up.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends, near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs, with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
Hello, Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe. Congratulations, CamWex, on your 100th anniversary. We're so excited that you've continued to be an important fabric and part of the St. Louis area.
Back on the Gashouse Gang. And another thing, let me tell you.
Hold on a second. Cash rules everything around me, Tom.
Yeah.
You didn't know about this?
I did.
Okay.
Arnold says it's a business. You put out a good product, people will give their hard-earned money. I sat in the bleachers in the late 70s, earned the price of the experience. I don't see me going to a game, maybe listen to on radio like the old days, if even that. Well, we'd love for you to listen on the radio. You can have it on in the background. The great thing about baseball is there are no rules as a fan. You come and go as you please. You want to show up in the third inning and go have a hot dog and see your friends and leave in the seventh? Be my guest. No one's making you stay the whole time. You want to tune into the game in the fifth and then come back in the ninth for the end? We welcome that. Enjoy.
Do it.
I love baseball in that way. It's not... You know, you don't have to hang on every second of a baseball game. It's fun. It's pitching. It's hitting. It's enjoyment. It's part of our youth and growing up. I look at it like that. I enjoy the game for what it is. There's a beauty to it. There's no clock.
Well, there's
a pitch clock now.
But and by the way,
it's great.
It's awesome.
It's great.
What an invention.
But it's a great game. But Arnold, I totally get your point, and I understand. And you got to earn the fans back. They're not going to just, it's like any entertainment, like any show, any concert, any movie, anything that you're going to put money down on, you want to be entertained.
Well, the great thing about Cardinals baseball on the Odyssey app or 104.1 FM, free.
That is true.
You can listen for free and, like this show, listen for free.
That is absolutely
true.
So
like this show, Cardinals baseball, together, net positive. Because you're coming out ahead. It's free entertainment for you.
It's great, and it's every day. And there is something reassuring to me. Maybe not to you. I'm not talking about you, Chris, but maybe not to somebody, but to me, there's something reassuring about baseball, that it is on every day, that I have it. If I'm having a bad day, if I'm not feeling well,
you never have bad days.
Okay,
what are you talking about?
So I might have good days,
and you're always feeling great.
But it's reassuring that the game's on. I like day games. It's a change of the normal routine.
I agree with you.
Day games. That first spring training game means absolutely nothing. Nothing. But it's the sound of the game that brings us back. And even if the Cardinals are projected to be the last place team in the NL Central, I think the game that comes on February, whatever that date is, 23rd, I should look it up. That first game on KMOX, that's going to sound really nice to have baseball back on the air. And so I enjoy baseball from that standpoint. Here's Matt. I like Matt. He says, shout out to the charity live stream from Dealing the Cards last night featuring KMOX's own Bernie Miklas. Great show. Lots of good Cardinal talk. Appreciate that. I believe they also, if I'm remembering right, had a tribute to the Kauffman Fund, which is the group that I work with that supports veterans and their families. And you know who else works with them? Mr. Brendan Donovan. And it was Derek Gould who sent out a little note a little earlier about that very thing, where Brendan was, and Derek wrote about it, where Brendan talked about his family. He said his plan is to go off the grid in the offseason, but he did agree to talk a little bit about what he was doing. He said, it's one of those things, it would be tough. Obviously, it's all I've ever known. This is last night on this podcast that Matt is talking about. Donovan said, it's one of those things, talking about being traded. It would be tough. Obviously, it's all I've ever known. I do understand this is a business and the direction they're going to go. If they're going to rebuild, reset, whatever they want to call it, they have to do the right thing for what they think is best for the organization. I'm not oblivious to that. Donovan said, wherever I'm at, you're going to get discipline, sense of community, and I'm going to play my ass off. That was Brendan Donovan last night on the Dealin' the Cards 2025 charity live stream to raise donations for the Kauffman Fund, which, again, I work very closely with, a veterans support group based here, and they have grown exponentially. And thank you to Brendan Donovan for being a spokesman, but also for saying those words and just getting it out there, that he understands what's going on. Also says that he's recovering quite well from his off-season surgery, so that's good.
And, there's something sad about the fact that you're probably going to lose him. I can't see them hanging on to him. I guess something extraordinary would have to happen, wouldn't it? But, it's not just him. It's losing probably Wilson Contreras, and it is potentially probably losing Nolan Arenado too. And it's not so much that you're losing these players, it's that's the real acknowledgement that it's not going well. However, the other side of that is it does seem like the Cardinals have identified the problem and are addressing it, right? And we can't know for sure that they are addressing it appropriately until we start to see some results on the field, which is likely going to happen down the road. It's not going to happen right away. It's going to be down the road. All we can do is trust that their process is going to work. And at this point, I don't have any reason to think it's not going to work. So that's where I'm at. I think they're moving in the right direction. It is that cliche bittersweet thing, right? Where they're moving in the right direction, but also it kind of stinks that they have these players that they're not going to be able to utilize anymore, that they're going to be gone.
Donovan said, it's human nature to say, control what you can control. Again, this is the Deal in the Cards podcast to raise money for charity and transcribed by Derek Gould. As humans, we're genuinely curious and tend to think too much, but I do a pretty good job of going off-grid in the off-season. I really try to dive into my family, dive into my training. We tend to be on our phone too much. I try to stay away from things like that. I'm not oblivious to it. I know the rumors. I know the things out there, but as of right now, I'm a St. Louis Cardinal, and the city has been very good to me. If you want to read more, go to stltoday.com. But I'm a big fan of Brendan Donovan. It would be tough to see him go if he's indeed traded because I think he's a very intelligent, very caring veteran player.
He's going to make Tom. He's going to make a great piece for a team that's a contender.
Absolutely,
like he'll just be a great addition for a team like that, and so will Contreras, for that matter.
We're going to come back and talk to another good man, and that is Brock Spack, the head coach at Illinois State for that football team, the proud alma mater of our very own Chris Ranji. They are rolling right now. We're going to talk to him. Then we'll hear what Eli Drinkwitz had to say. We'll dive into some more baseball and get you going until 1 o'clock here on the Gashouse Gang. But for right now, I need you to tell me about FanDuel.
You know what? I might place a wager or two this weekend because Missouri, if you didn't know this, FanDuel Sportsbook is active. It is live. It is rolling in the Show Me states. And right now, they're kicking things off with a pretty good offer here. Right now, new customers can bet $5 and you'll get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. That is an awesome deal. So all that football this weekend. You got the college stuff, got the professional stuff, you got basketball, hockey. You can bet all of it on an app that is safe, secure, and very, very easy to use. Get the FanDuel app now or go to FanDuel.com/Missouri and join the excitement because Missouri, it is right now time to play your game with FanDuel. 21 and over and present in Missouri. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
Start your day with an edge.
Total Information AM.
It's like breakfast for your brain. I wake up, I turn on the news.
I gotta listen 3 or 4 times every day.
Debbie Monterey, Megan Lynch, Tom Ackerman.
I like to wake up with the news.
Total Information AM.
It's where I get my news. Traffic conditions and potential weather that's coming.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9.
I like to turn it on and just get caught up.
Where I get my news. The news, weather, and traffic.
On the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
This is Trainer Games.
Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
53 degrees right now. It's not supposed to be 53. It's December 17th. Knock it off. Mostly sunny, though the cloud cover's pretty heavy right now. And we'll have a high of 54, maybe a couple of late night showers tonight. The weather is brought to you by Four Pretty Paws Mobile Pet Spa. We come to you. FourPrettyPaws.com. Since 2018, Four Pretty Paws Mobile Pet Spa has provided stress-free, one-on-one grooming right at your doorstep. Convenient, personal, and trusted. Book your holiday appointment at FourPrettyPaws.com. Now serving Southern Illinois.
Hey guys, Glover here. You guys have heard me talk about my volunteering with Bethesda Hospice, but there's so much more Bethesda offers older adults. For a South County retirement community, for example, you can't do better than Bethesda Terrace. Residents and families love the gorgeous backyard with its patios and water features, exceptional dining, pet-friendly, plenty of activities, and frequent happy hours. Bethesda Terrace is the perfect location for your retirement years. In fact, residents often say they wish they'd moved in sooner. Learn more about Bethesda Terrace at BethesdaHealth.org/Glover.
We
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an 8+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Retirement shouldn't feel like balancing a checkbook while blindfolded. I'm Gary Goldberg, and my team helps you see the big picture so you can retire younger, richer, and with less anxiety. Because guessing is not a strategy. Tune in to Wealth and Wisdom with Gary Goldberg Saturday mornings at 7 here on KMOX.
Get ready for Thursday Night Football as the Rams face the Seahawks.
Siteman Cancer Center game time 6:30. Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer.
The Rams, the Seahawks. Thursday Night Football on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back. It is the Gashouse Gang on KMOX. Just so I can keep a few of our viewers hanging around, because Aaron always tells me he leaves when we get into football. Says he loves watching the Cardinals, but the Cardinals losing a game ruins my day, whether it's spring training, regular season, or a playoff game. I will go in reverse there. Playoff games absolutely would ruin my day. Regular season, I live to see another day. It's going to be fine. They got another game. It's a business for me. So I follow the games, report on the games. I don't get all emotional about a win or a loss. I follow the story, dissect what happened, move on to the next episode of the Gashouse Gang, and then the game that night. Spring training games, come on, Aaron. I mean, wins and losses are irrelevant in spring training. And for that matter, so are stats. I mean, I don't, as Mike Shannon used to say, you know what you do with stats at the end of the Grapefruit League season?
You use them to wipe?
Wad them up and throw them right into the trash.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, you know.
By the way, the first spring game is February 21st. I don't know if we're
I said the
23rd.
Oh, yeah. The first one
we'll
always
have it.
do.
All right. Yeah,
the first one we always do.
Yeah, it's
that'll
a split
be
squad.
Saturday, February 21st against the Washington Nationals. Is that what you're talking about? That's what I have. I don't have a split squad.
Oh,
I could be
well,
wrong.
then maybe I am wrong. You know, don't listen to me.
According to my sources, that's what we will have on the 21st.
Yeah,
but
Nationals. There is a split squad.
Okay. And then they have the Astros at the Cacti Park of the Palm Beaches on the 22nd. So we'll be off and running there in February. Looking forward to all of it. No doubt about it. Let's do this. Let me see Arnold saying, keep Brendan Donovan. Need to build off a good foundation and leadership. There's some of that was being floated out there that they didn't need to trade Brendan Donovan, that they could keep him, but I think that is gone. I think that they are going to trade Brendan Donovan. It's just a matter of to who. They could trade him right this very minute if they wanted to, but they want to get the best deal, and they have the luxury of waiting and finding out who wants to offer them the best deal.
And there's this one bit of concern that people have expressed, some people, very, very few, but that is the criticism of Bloom was that he was slow to pull the trigger on certain deals, always waiting for the right deal and, you know, waiting for the perfect one, and then maybe he'd bypass an opportunity. Well, I don't know. That doesn't really bother me. I don't think if he did do that in the past, it seems like the kind of thing you can learn from, and I don't really see it as a reason to be concerned about him now. Like, oh, maybe he's got a good offer right now. He's just not taking it because he's waiting to see what else is out there. And then by the time he finds a different deal, it's not as good as the first one, but that first one's gone now. That's the kind of thing that just does not concern me at all. I don't know what it is. Maybe it is blind trust. Maybe it is not logical, but I have a great deal of confidence that this is a regime that's going to figure it out, that truly has an idea of what they want to do, They have a good idea of what they have and what they need and are going to do the right stuff to acquire it, to execute their plan. That doesn't mean they're going to be perfect and hit on everything. But at this point, I don't know if it's the newness of it. I don't know if it's just hopefulness. I have no idea what it is. Or maybe it is based in something that we've heard. He's a really smart, deliberate guy. I just have this confidence that it's going to be all right, that they are going to do what they need to do to get back to the way things used to be.
There's a report from earlier today that the Mets have a 2-year, $22 million deal with Luke Weaver. Our old buddy Luke Weaver, the former Cardinal, 2 years, $22 million, first reported by Joel Sherman, to, I'm going to assume, be a high-leverage back end of the bullpen guy with the Mets for that kind of money, as he was with the New York Yankees. The Mets, of course, losing Edwin Diaz to free agency as he goes to the Dodgers. The rich get richer out there. Weaver, if you recall, was part of the Paul Goldschmidt trade. He went with Carson Kelly, Andy Young, and a draft pick to the Diamondbacks for Goldie, and he ends up turning his career around. He was not good after that. In 2020, Weaver was 1-9 with a 6.58 ERA and led the NL in losses in that COVID year. But he bounced back, right shoulder strain, bounced back, began the 22 season as a relief pitcher. Diamondbacks shifted him to the 60-day. He went to the Royals, the Reds, the Mariners, landed with the Yankees, and lo and behold, he was fantastic for them. He was their closer down the stretch in 2024. So good to see him landing with the New York Mets and making that kind of money. Good guy. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll talk a little college football. We'll catch up with Brock Spack.
Let's do it.
And we'll hear what, if we have time, what Eli Drinkwitz had to say about the state of college football. Oh, my goodness. Back in a moment on KMOX.
The Dave Glover Show is excited to partner with Hardee's and Operation Food Search for their holiday food drive. Dave and the crew will be out at Hardee's in St. Peter's on Friday, December 19th, starting at 1 p.m. All donations benefit Operation Food Search to help children and families facing food insecurities. The Dave Glover Show, Hardee's, and Operation Food Search, and the Holiday Food Drive. Get all the details about the campaign, or to make a donation online, head to KMOX.com/events.
Don't miss Mosby Building Arts Home Improvement Show, Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on KMOX. One of the last call-in shows where you can get live answers to your remodeling, design, and construction questions. Tune in Saturdays at 11 a.m.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Got any gadgets? Get online protection. NordVPN has a ho-ho holiday deal just for you. Secure up to 10 devices with a single account. NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro feature helps you avoid malware, phishing, and annoying trackers. Just a few taps and you're safer online. Let your gadgets sparkle with online security. Go to NordVPN.com and get up to 77% off plus 3 extra months. NordVPN.
New tax resolution firms are popping up every day with high-paid celebrity endorsers, advertising ridiculous claims in their TV ads. That's why they have the tiny, unreadable disclaimers at the bottom of the screen. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. Our ads never have those ridiculous, fast-talking, tiny disclaimers at the end because, simply put, there are no guarantees when it comes to the IRS and wiping out tax bills. And we don't make promises we can't keep. Of course, there are ways the Lance Drury Law Firm can help resolve your tax debt, but no company can guarantee it will eliminate it. This is why their clients call the Lance Drury Law Firm when those promises don't pan out. If you have tax problems, you have legal problems, call me, Lance Drury, in St. Louis at 314-260-6120 or visit Lance, D-R-U-R-Y, law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
What's up, Missouri? Tony Gonzalez here. Your moment is finally here because DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Missouri. you can get in on all the action with fast withdrawals, a safe and secure app, and betting that's easy to use anywhere you go. And the best part, DraftKings keeps the excitement going with awesome promos and offers all season long. That's why it's America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't wait. New customers sign up today. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Let's go, Missouri. Get in the game.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code KMOX. New Missouri customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code KMOX. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Now back to the Gashouse Gang, sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling on 104.1 FM KMOX.
We are back. It is the Gashouse Gang on KMOX with Chris Ranji. I'm Tom Ackerman, Matt Pajeski, and Frank Ladd, our producers. We're going to be catching up with Brock Spack, the head coach at Illinois State University. I believe that we have the coach with us, the man who is headed to Philadelphia for a game against Villanova. We're going to try to connect with him. I saw him up on the stream there for a second.
Yeah, he was there and he disappeared. There. Oh, man, that better not be a bad omen for Saturday.
No, he's fine.
Because if it
he's
is,
busy.
Oh, man.
He's busy.
ESPN's monopolizing his time.
I know.
Come on with these TV people.
These guys.
Nobody cares about you anymore.
You know what?
Gonna watch your
this
game.
is KMOX, man.
Dude, we'll watch your stupid game Saturday night, ESPN. All right, then I'm done with ESPN. All right?
Oh, no.
Done with ESPN.
No, don't go. Don't get all upset about it. Okay. 6:30 kickoff against Villanova in the semifinals of the 2025 FCS playoffs. So we'll try to catch up with Coach Spack about that. In the meantime, a week later in the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville, Mizzou will be taking on Virginia. And we're going to hear some commentary from Eli Drinkwitz if we have a little time. But for right now, we're going to shift back to what's happening in Philadelphia on Saturday. Again, it's this Saturday, 6:30 kickoff. It's Illinois State and Villanova. And joining us is the head coach of Chris Ranji's Illinois State Redbirds. It's Brock Spack. Coach, it's great to have you on KMOX. How are you?
Oh, it's great to be on KMOX. But it's doing great. Had our Wednesday practice. We're all done with that. And now it's polish up time tomorrow and a fast Friday. And then we get on the plane and head to Philadelphia. We can go to another national championship game.
Yeah,
I remember last time we talked was a national title game. Wasn't it?
It was.
14-15.
Yeah, and that was one of the most devastating games of my lifetime, I think. Because North Dakota State.
Yeah, it was me too.
Yeah,
38 seconds short.
That's right. So, I mean, when you're thinking about, how you have to put that out of your mind, right? A game like that when you're playing North Dakota State, a team that you just beat a couple of weeks ago, the one that has been so dominant in FCS for so long. But as a human, I would think that at least it kind of bleeds in there a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, you don't have a heartbeat if you didn't get emotional about that win and just how we did it. It was just, you just don't beat those guys after making those kind of mistakes. Their mistakes turn into touchdowns for us, and that's usually what happens with them. If you make a mistake, it's a touchdown, and the game's kind of over. So to us to battle back, in particular our quarterback, they did a good job of tipping the ball at the line of scrimmage, and his first three interceptions were basically tips, and he just kept his cool about himself and was able to, there's poised and was able to pull himself out of a tailspin and play really, really well and make some big time throws to beat a great football team on the road.
And meanwhile, this past Saturday, you beat UC Davis 42-31. That's a wild game where you're trading punches, going back and forth. How do you come away with a win in a crazy game like that, which included a 93-yard touchdown pass by Tommy Rittenhouse?
Well, we had to, it was crazy in the first quarter. And then we took one of our young freshmen punt returners took a 91-yard, Mike, as it was 91-yard kickoff return, and that the game changed. And I don't think we trailed after that. And played really good defense in the second and third quarters. Didn't play great at the end of the game, but the game, fortunately, we had a 3 or 4 score lead, and we were able to keep a 2-score lead at least at the end of the game. So we were able to survive all that. And you had to do that against that team. You had to outscore them because their offense is in FCS now one of the best I've seen. They're really, really good, and they're fast. They have great speed, and Coach Plow does a great job there, and they're a really good football team. So we ran the ball. Tony Peterson, our offensive coordinator, took the air out of the ball, and we ran it. And in the third quarter, I think they had that possession. They had 6 plays. They being Davis against us, so they only ran 6 plays on offense, and that's the best defense is the one sitting on the bench. So we were able to take the air out of the ball, and then we scored at the end of those drives, and those are killer drives, And so we did a good job of maintaining the clock possession, and then we scored at the end of those drives. So that was excellent.
Illinois State football coach Brock Spack is with us. They're in the semis against Villanova on Saturday of the FCS playoff, the FCS championship. And, I know that you've got a handful of players from St. Louis. You've got East St. Louis, CBC, a couple of guys from this area. What is your focus when you are recruiting at Illinois State? Are there, obviously, you wear out Illinois. I mean, you're recruiting all over the state. But what's your philosophy outside of that?
We'll basically draw a 300-mile radius around Bloomington Normal. And we start at home first, and obviously the big recruiting area for us is Chicago because it's about the suburbs are about an hour and a half from here, or maybe even an hour and 20 minutes. Certain suburbs, and so that's a big part of our program. But we also will expand that. Then we take care of that first, and then we expand it to St. Louis, Indianapolis. We go to Milwaukee, Madison, the Quad Cities, and then we'll expand it from there if we can find guys outside. But we want to do a really good job close to home. St. Louis has been really good for us. We've had some really good players from Kansas City as well. But St. Louis has been really good. As you know, East St. Louis is a really good program, and we've had several guys from there that played for us, and they've been. We have a couple right now. We have one right now that's really good. Scotty Preston has had a great senior year, and he's a great person. And so that's how we do it, And then we'll take it from there and expand it, and we'll go anywhere to look for a good player. But we scour those areas and make sure that we haven't missed anybody.
Brock Spack is the winningest coach in Illinois State history. He was a great linebacker at Purdue. And after coaching in a number of stops, he came back to Purdue and was the defensive coordinator there for about a decade. And here you are at Illinois State, and you've been there ever since. And I wanted to ask you what it means to you to be really the face of Illinois State football and to be at a program for that long. In this age of college football now, we're noticing that people are jumping from job to job. People aspire to have jobs here, jobs there. There's a lot of movement going on. The stability, does that help you as well as a program?
Yeah, it does, and helps your family. My family when I came here was getting old. My daughter that was in last year of college, and my son was in high school. He went to Normal Community here his sophomore, junior, and senior year, and then he went to college here. So we've kind of my wife works for Illinois Special Olympics. That's right down as you know. It's right down the road here from our football facilities, and that's our philanthropical organization we help with. We've done that for 17 years here. So, we've kind of ingrained ourselves in the community. I hate to move, hate it. I mean,
Dude,
absolutely
so do I.
hate it. And I can't tell you how much I hate it. I really hate it. But I know. That when I take a job, I look at it, and the last time I went back to Purdue as a coordinator, I said, well, will I, obviously Coach Shiller took me with him, so I went back to that was a no-brainer for me. But when I was looking at jobs as a head coach, I just never, got excited about some places except for this one because I think I fit here. I grew up in the state of Illinois. I speak the language, so to speak, particularly in the Chicagoland area, because I'm from Rockford, which is kind of outside. Now it's a bedroom community for the suburbs, probably. And it just fit me. It fit our family, and I've just enjoyed it here. I've had opportunities to move on and go to other places. I'm not, I'm serious. I'm not money motivated, really. So I'm more, can I win a championship and would I live there the rest of my life? And I thought I could do that here. And they said, well, a conference championship. No, we're talking national title. That's where my head has been. And everybody knows if we don't get to the national championship game, it hasn't been the year we're looking for us here. So, and that's a lot of pressure. It's a big thing, and not everybody's built for that. And so the guys we got here are really, goal driven. They're successful people, not just on the football field, but in the classroom and in their personal life, and that's really important to me. And there's a CBC down there. I mean, that those people are great students. They're not just good football players; they're great students. Those guys come in here and they do a really good job. So that's kind of guys I'm looking for here, and that's kind of what you're a graduate of our university here, and it's young coaches want to change the environment at the university. Change the culture, I guess, if you will. You can't do that, okay? Your players and your system and you have to fit the culture of, in this case, Illinois State, and so I try not to ask for any help in admissions. Guys got to get in on their own, and that's kind of how we work here. We've had very few guys like that here, and I think I think our fans and our faculty and our people we work with us and support us, appreciate that. We got really good kids here, really good people, and it starts with that first. And I just felt this was a really good fit for me, and I've never seen. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I just never seen anything I would. And so that's kind of where I'm at. I'm a little different. And the Purdue people will tell you that too. He doesn't like to leave, and he doesn't like to move. And I stayed there, and I interviewed at a lot of places. Just never found one that other than here that I wanted to be at. So,
well, Brock, I'm gonna tell you something. You've got my attention, and you've had it for many years. And I will be on Saturday nights. It'll be a 2 TV system for me. I'll have the Bears Packers on one game. I'm going to have Redbirds Villanova on the other. So can't wait for it.
Can't wait either. I can hardly wait. We can hardly wait to get on the plane and go play.
It's going to be fun.
Well,
I have the Illinois State basketball game tomorrow night at Southern Illinois, so I can't wait to chat with all the Illinois State folks about your football game there as well.
Well, yeah, hope they got a lot of good things to say, but that'll be a hot ticket now. That's a fun little rivalry there in hoops.
It's going to be a good one. I had such a good time covering baseball there. Bloomington Normal, what a great area. I had pizza at Luca Grill. I told Chris about that.
Finally, we got some people who really dig deep into our
I loved it. I loved Luca Grill. I told Chris that.
Luca Grill is like, and it reminds you of it kind of reminds me of a little pub in Rockford or
place is awesome.
Chicago or New York. Or, it's just awesome.
It's great.
I love that place.
You tell Mike Williams, Tom and Chris said hi, and thank you so much for being with us today.
And my pleasure. Thanks for waiting for me. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Have a great day.
Brock Spack, the head coach of your Illinois State Redbirds.
They're going to beat the snot out of Villanova.
They're going to hammer Villanova.
I'm telling you, Illinois State was underseeded. They weren't seeded. They barely made it into this playoff, but they were much better than that. They just had a really bad loss at the end of the year against Carbondale for some reason.
Let's go get them. I'll be watching on Saturday night, ESPN 2.
That's right.
Thanks for joining us on the Gashouse Gang. We're sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling. SaligaHeatingandCooling.com.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face.